I love it. I love it. I love it. What's going on? Oh, what's going on? Hi, Francine. How are you? Hello, Koso. How you doing? Something's crawling on me. I feel like something's on me. Morning, B. Boston B.E. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. How am I this morning? Life has been crazy this morning. I know, big surprise. Big surprise. Hello from Finland. Hello, 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 hello. I got up this morning and I saw Ed trying to get up. Yep, you know what that means. He had to take care of some business. So I got him out of bed, helped him take care of business, cleaned him up, got him up, and he did not want to go to bed. He wanted to stay up at 7 a.m. So got him ready, made him some fresh oatmeal. I felt like giving him oatmeal this morning. He chowed it down, put some good old fruit on it and some milk, and he loved it. Anyway, how are you, Francine, after the fall? What did you hurt when you fell yesterday? Hi, Deborah from Cape Cod, Mass. Pain, I'm all bruised, love seeing you and Dan on last night. I'm glad. Where did you fall on? Your booty? Your buttocks? Working hard. Oh, shut up. You don't know how to work hard. Oh, shoes. I drank too much Sub Blanc last night. First night since I've been taking this medication that I drank too much. Yeah, it was good though. I mean, I enjoyed it. I was in so much pain. I was so stressed out that it really calmed me. You walk 2 miles? Yes, you have to get in your stepper now. It's blazing hot. I'm hurting. I'm hurting my side of my back. Francine girl. Shit. Recognizing himself on the phone. Did you see how cute that was this morning? Sarah, did you see how cute that was this morning? When he just looked and he's like, ew. And Dan got him early in the morning too, and he's like, God. He was really not feeling himself, right? Good morning. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you. Can't see your chest, I'm out. Well, you couldn't see it if I fixed the angle, so there you have it. Hi, Shirley, how you doing? I'm really contemplating. I was so beat to shit last night. Y'all, I did way too much yesterday. Per usual. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I kind of want to go to the casino. I do. I want to go sit down, but Grandpa's wheelchair broke. So I don't know if Dan and Mark are gonna go take care of that. This is the last day I take care of the chickadees. So after this, I'm gonna go over there and get everything all dossied up for my friend. Hi, Pedros. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, C. I see all you guys. I feel like the lady on Romper Room. I see Fran. I see Francine. I see Jackie. Hello from the UK. I see all my friends waiting for me. Gotta love it. Yes, Chronic Pain Club. I should start that. You know how that lady started the Chronic We Don't Care Club? I'm gonna say I'm starting the Chronic Pain Club. Yeah, fuck you. I'll trump you and your stupid We Don't Care Club. I'm gonna do the Chronic Pain Club. Anyway, yeah, she bugs me. I'm irritated. She blew up overnight. I'm a little hateful, that's fine. Whatever, kudos to her. I'm gonna start my own club. Fuck her club. My club's gonna be better. I don't know. Whatever. You're 2-timer late. Do y'all watch other people besides me? Makes me sad. Have a me day. I know. But I have no people. I have no caregivers today. So that could screw me up a little bit. She almost deactivated her account. I'm gonna start my chronic pain club. Don't let me forget it. I'm gonna blow up. Watch out. We're going. I know. I'll quit her. I'm so sad. I didn't blow up. Fuck. I'm a little envious of those people. It's not hate, it's envy. That she came up with something so clever and people jumped on the bandwagon. So now I need to make sure I trump that one. I've been on here longer. It's not fair. I'm I'm getting all bloody, battered, haggard. Takes 2 men to take a wheelchair to be fixed. I don't think we're fixing it. I think we're just buying a new one. Thanks, Shirley. That's my guy. That's shit. As frustrating as he gets me, man, when I see him scared, that's my thing. I'm done. I can't. Hi, Ollie. Speaking of blood, oh no, you got it. You're bleeding. No menopause for you. I can join. Okay, we're gonna start the new club. Got it. Look for it. My new club's coming. Because that's really perimenopause. Shit. That's a piece of cake compared to this chronic pain. Fuck you and your peri, but I got chronic pain. I'm for almost 7 years now, and she's so ungrateful and mean. Oh, I get it. We are lucky. We are lucky. Hi, Dago. F her. The flood victims in Texas is very sad. Again, yes. Thoughts and love heading out to Texas. That's horrible. I can't. I just can't. Life is too daunting to actually see the reality of loss, especially children. Children. I can't. I'm not trying to be cold. I'm not trying to be anything, but this is my escape from reality. You guys, I can't. The stories about the kids, siblings holding hands, come on, stop it right now, and enough is enough. I can't do it. I know. All right, I'm starting a fucking club today. I'll get on there. Let's start it. Let's do it. Let's love it. Let's make it ours. That's so crazy, Costa. So crazy. Why am I so mean to Dan? I'll tell you why. 28 years of marriage. That's right. 28 years of marriage plus time before that. That's why I'm mean to Dan. And he deserves it. You know what I mean? You gotta do your shit. And if you don't do your shit and keep your shit nice and tight, then you're gonna get fucking blasted on social media. You know what I mean? He does. He deserves it. Menopause does suck, Susie, but I'm not taking away. I'd rather have menopause symptoms other than this bullshit of pain. Neuropathy in lower back. Name your pain. Name your pain, I got it. Greeting from Tanzania. Holy, took me a minute. Wow. Sending strength from Tanzania. Thank you so much. And all the Texans, I appreciate that. So here's another thing. Well, that explains my wife. Leave the wife alone, though. You be nice to that woman. She probably has to put up with your shit. Lord have mercy, men are coming in here. That explains my wife. No. Look in the mirror, Bo. Look in the mirror. Sandy. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. This fat, ugly old lady is going to the gym today. You inspired me. Whatever happened with the guy that was supposed to move in? Huh? Sandy, we're not fat. We are fluffy. I don't like fat. I only use that when I give people shit inside my house. Fat ass. You know? God, you sound like a hippo running down the stairs. I'm mean. Anyway. Oh, Aaron. So, do you really want to get me started on the tornado? If you call him, you got to call him the tornado, and then I know what you're talking about. How many steps do I do in a day? I don't know. Yesterday was insane. Yesterday was like 26,000, 28,000, something like that. I was crazy. That tells you how much I moved. That's not, you're upset about a young guy. Yeah, that's the tornado. He's here. So this is what happens. And this is when I get mad. I'm outside sweating, chopping down shit, that's got to be done. And Dan's like, okay, bye, I'll see you later. Bye. Anyway, story comes out that, and then Grandpa didn't get his lunch till like 3. I would have made him lunch, but anyway. And so I was like, do I need to make Grandpa lunch? What the fuck did you go? And then I'm in the house by this point, dying, wanting to cry because I was so overwhelmed. And he's like, oh, I picked up Aaron. You what? I picked up Aaron. He needs to socialize in this world. So what'd you buy him? Lunch? What else? Zins? So now we're enabling. No, I'm not enabling. I'm not enabling. Well, I wish you cared that much about me, right? Wish while your wife's at the house holding down the floor, holding down the property, holding down the laundry, and every fucking thing else that's in there, you don't ever go out of your way for me, but go ahead. You deal with the tornado. Make sure he's socializing well into society. So this is why I get pissed off. See how the tornado is? He affects everybody. Dan's like, well, you like him. Shut up. I said, it's not about liking him. Of course I like him. But what happens is you pull yourself away, once again, from some other something to focus on something outside of what you should be focusing on. Did y'all get that? Do you understand what I said? I know you women did. Anyway, so there you have it. Dan would never get on the treadmill. He doesn't believe that. Yeah, he did it to me the other day too. I know the women understand. The men are like, fuck, my wife speaks that language too. What the hell are they meaning? Don't you worry. As I'm dying and then like overwhelmed and he wants to sit and talk, I'm like, I don't have time. I gotta go. I'm cleaning up cat piss from the fucking cat you brought in here. Blue kitty. This bitch needs to be kicked to the curb. Hi, William. How are you? Anyway. Pia Prevost, get a fucking clue as a woman. You should support your women, not tag them down. This is not complaining. This is bitching. Big difference. Get with it or get out. And I'll be, my finger's happy today. She be looking for people like you to kick you to the curb, since I can't kick blue fucking kitty to the curb. Shit. I'm good. Phil, I think I'm good. Dan has ADHD, so do I. Let his mother socialize with him. Yeah, interesting how that works. Never mind, Pia, you're gone. Ha! You're gone. Do you use Centilibrim and Centin? I hope she's using it. So she's spraying. It's not even, she pissed on my, she's mad at me too. She hates me. So she pissed on my fucking flip-flops. And it's not pee-pee, it's just spraying. What, Joanne, she didn't leave her person? No. By the bag. Sir, you are so rude. Is there a sir here? Hey, sir, wherever you are, stop being rude. Holla. Holla. It's a beautiful day in Iowa. I'm happy. Ed is on fire, William, today. He got up at 7 in the morning. He's like, I gotta go poop. I was like, all right, shit. No time for me, right? So, got him up, got his business taken care of, trying to microman him on the toilet, the cats, the animals, the dogs, all of everybody's huffing and puffing at me. Ed's like, I'm done. I'm like, fuck. Dan's like, what's going on in there? Bro, if you don't know what's going on in here while your wife's handling and juggling everything, I can't tell you what. He's yelling from the bed, how big was the poop? Because that's how we determine how many days, he's got all pent up in there. How big was it? Fuck, and I almost needed a poop bath. It was so big. Anyway, my world. It's my fucking world. Finally, he gets up as I cleaned him up, wiped him up, got everything back on. And he's like, I'm like, you want to go back to bed or up? He's like, I'm hungry. Fuck. All right. So we start walking and Dan decides to get up out of bed. Oh, Pop, you're doing great. Pop, we took a poop. Yay, Pop. Can you move out of my way? The dogs are hungry. I haven't finished. Everybody's barking at me. If you're going to help, take him. Shit. Yay, Pop. Yay, big poopy. Yeah, it's like your kids when they use the toilet for the first time. Yeah, pop. Meanwhile, he starts yelling at the animals. I'm like, well, I'm trying. I haven't gotten to the dogs yet. They're hungry. Shit. Always like a man to show up when everything's already done. How can I help? Yeah, well, take your fucking dad. And then the wheelchair broke. So then, of course, Danielle had a Dan, the man, the house. Hey, dear, do you think we can fix this? Do you think this is fixable? Dan, do you really need me to tell you that it looks fucking broken to me? The axle's gone, the pin's out, it's bent, not usable, totally salvaged now at this point. Take it to the curb. Let me get well, what are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do? Bitch, there's a fucking wheelchair, sitter, walker thing in the room, and we're gonna use that in the meantime. Oh, that thing's not good. All right, well, that's what we have. We gotta do and use what we have, right? We'll worry about the other shit later. I don't like this thing. All right, well, then put him in a chair. Fuck. I got this. Always. It's always for me. Hi, Cassie. Keep moving on. Jinxie, Pinky, I'm trying if you're a girl, I'm assuming. Where can I send a gift? Tina, my P.O. Box. Let me know when you're ready. My Great Dane shit for England, and my Chihuahua so tiny shit. Well, I got a really big, it looked like a big old soft swirl. You know how, yes, I'm talking about Ed's feces. It fascinated me this morning. Anyway, and people are gonna be like, I think it's inappropriate for your wife to talk about Ed's feces. Do you think at some point he would like it? How are we maintaining his dignity by talking about feces? If it was my feces, I would talk about it too because it was that impressive. It was that fucking impressive. I mean, I should have taken a picture and sent it to the family chat, the one that I deleted myself from. Your dad took a big poopy today, y'all. Look at this thing. We almost needed a poop knife for this one. It like filled up the whole fucking toilet. It was like a perfect swirl with a little bloop, on top. It was great. Made me laugh. Yeah. If you poop that good, it deserves to be brought up and spoken about. Let me tell you. That was impressive. And he hasn't pooped in 2 days. That was almost like 4 days worth of poop. Anyway, carry on. The things that you get impressed with. I thought it was great. If I had Pop's poop. Yay, Poppy! We got a poopy for Poppy. Poopy Poppy, you get a chocolate. It's like the Dilly Pop, they're trying to... Dilly gets a chocolate. Poppy gets a chocolate. Yay! Yeah, I don't know. Okay. 9328 Elk Grove Boulevard. STE 105. Mailbox number 306. Yeah, like Dairy Queen. Elk Grove, California. 95624. 95624. Let me know if you need any more. Poo-poo on the potty. Yeah. Hi, Guax. Why don't you use Ed's money and buy him a nice power wheelchair and let him go right? Well, first of all, I don't need a power wheelchair. Number one, Mark's a cheap ass. Mark was like bitching about having to buy his dad a wheelchair. Mark, it's not your money, it's your dad's money. You missed poop talk, Nate. You would have loved it. A big one. Soft serve with a little boop, Dairy Queen little thing on top. It was like 4 days worth. I was afraid it wasn't gonna flush. I got a septic. You gotta be careful. Okay, first of all, I don't know if Ed doesn't need a power wheel, a power motor. No, my door frame's already fucked up from trying to. It's for 3 hours. Oh, good. Oh, good, Italian girl. Don't wake up. It's not a powered one. Yeah, Ed couldn't steer it. So why would I spend $5,000 on a fucking steerable thing which he wouldn't know how to use? People, use your heads. Please, Lord, have mercy on my soul. Dan doesn't think it's a stupid thing, but I do. We all have our own thoughts on those things. Like people say, is he gonna get better? What in the world? He's a fucking 93-year-old man with advanced dementia just broke a hip. What do you want to get better on? What are we looking for? Is he going to be able to run marathons? No. What in the world? Anyway, yeah, he would never know how to use it. You lasted longer than I could. Kay, I lasted longer than I ever thought I would. And every day I'm questioning how the hell I'm still here. Well, like tears his house up with his electric chair. Right. And we already tear the wheelchair. I mean, getting in the bathrooms and the my little one of those things, transition pieces are all fucked up. So from Ed, so I just have to let it go. Let it go. Yeah, he would go through the wall. And whoops, what the fuck happened? And then he'd be dead. Well, what happened to Ed? Well, some nincompoop told us to get an electric scooter with a little joystick. Yeah, so we listened, and then he's dead. Ran himself into a wall. Yeah. Doesn't insurance cover a wheelchair? I don't know. Not all of it. Not all of it. I would find him on the freeway. Yeah. I don't think he would make it out of the house because he would crash into walls. Found Anna's calls. Obviously, you don't watch many other lives because Danielle is amazing. Oh, found Anna. Somebody's coming out. Here's the thing. People also don't realize that every fucking person you see on TikTok or Facebook or, like the Kool-Aid man, but he wouldn't survive like the Kool-Aid man. Hi, Diane. Here's the thing. I forgot. Give me a minute till my brain refocuses. Get a real job and stop talking while exercise. Carol, that's funny. You're here bitching. Because it looks like you need to be exercising, and then you try to talk and exercise, girl. You need a better job than to be mean to other women. Shameful, Carol. See you next Tuesday. Yeah, so they are. I think Dan found out that you need a prescription, so they might cover, and Dan's like, shit, he spends most of his time in the wheelchair anyway. We might as well upgrade him. Yeah, I was gonna do my exercise. Oh, good, Julie. Are you bi? Nope. Never been into vagina ever. I don't like mine, wouldn't want to touch one, lick one, or even see another one. I mean, I'll look, but I don't want to do anything with them. No, I don't like vaginas. I might touch a fake boobie or two, but that's it. I've kissed a girl, and I liked it, but that's it. Fonda, what are you having problems with? Another woman attacking another woman. Fonda, how can I help you? I deleted myself from the family chat. Not my family, Dan's family chat. Yes, and you would too after all the bullshit that happens. Yeah. Dave talking about microplastics and all the science behind everything we eat. It makes you batty, honey. So what are you complaining about? I removed myself because it was insane in the membrane. Yeah, so what are you bitching about, girl? You want to come in a little box and come face to face with me, girl? My suggestion, as a woman to another woman, you should be better. Support the fellow people you watch, or don't watch them if you don't like them. It's plain, isn't it obvious? If you don't like somebody, find somebody who makes you happy. Don't compare people to other people because every situation's different. Every family dynamic is different, right? Every personality of the person being caregived is different, as is ours. Don't judge us by how we have done things for 45 years or more, right? Period. Don't judge from your fucking glass house. It's fucking ugly. Support women or find women who you like to support. Stop bagging on them. Period. Steven, don't be sensitive. If you're sensitive, you got to get it out of here. I don't play with little pansies. I'm just trying to help. You don't have to hurt my feelings. No, having a fucking joystick wheelchair is stupid. It's stupid. He has advanced stage dementia. He's never used it before. I'm going to attack things like that because you're not thinking it through. Ugh. I'm retired. I had a real job. I took care of both of my parents until they died. I don't need a resume, Carol. You're different, I'm different. Stay in your lane or don't watch. It's simple. It's a very cut and dry issue. You know, you're not making a statement. You're being ugly, Fonda. Both you and Carol should make a club of hateful women. Yeah. Yeah, if you can get rid of Carol with her resume of telling me how much better she is because she's done it too, girl, your ugliness has shined through. Same with Fonda. If you can get rid of them, yes. Look, and stop fucking cursing. Carol, get a real job, baby cakes. Yeah. Hot Beach Man, 16 days. You got this. I almost called you girl. I'm so used to saying girl. Bro, you got this. Yeah, beat it. They're over here. Did you see her profile? Did you see Carol and Fonda's profile? Carol was bitching at me for getting a real job and exercising and talking at the same time. But somebody, I think, needs some exercisey, don't you think? Where's the little old man? The little old man is never on in the morning times with me. Yeah, it's always the people who think they know better, right? Well, I took care of my parents until they died. Okay, that doesn't make you a professional of my life. I can't block them. I block them, they don't go away. I don't like it. Does she have another account? Yes, I'm on 3 accounts, period. Did Ed break the wheelchair by fiddling around with it? No, it was the wheel. There's no way he could have fucked up the wheel. I think by going over things, and I don't know if that wheelchair is meant to be doing all the things we do with it. I don't know. I block. Good. Can you block him? I can't do it. C Nugget can. So I appreciate her coming in. She hears when I'm having issues with the women. It's just stupid for women to come on and attack. Again, everybody's family dynamic is different, right? Just because I don't match personalities with you, or Ed doesn't match personalities with your parents, doesn't mean I'm doing it wrong. We're doing it right in our house. So mind your bizwags and carry on with your miserable life. A wheelchair? I don't know if Dan wants that. I try. I might bring it up because everybody wants to get rid of wheelchairs, right? Sort of. Yeah, I don't know anything about wheelchairs. Are we getting a G-Wagon? No. Because the G-Wagon of the wheelchairs is the move 'em, the joystick ones. He wouldn't do that. They know nothing about, yes, they know nothing about my life. Nor do they want to take the time to understand our dynamic. That's what makes them idiots. In my world, anyway. My feeling of not heard. Does that surprise you? The haters? Come on, Caroline. We got so many haters on here that the haters are they're waiting. You know who they are, right? Bob Black. Nobody wants to see me naked running. That is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. 2 jobs, yeah. Laura, it is. Our egg donor fell and broke her hip. Oh my God. What? Your egg donor? You mean your mom? Shit. I had to think about that for a minute. They have nothing better to do. Yes. TT down. I know. Guess why? You know why TT down. I'm on 4 now. Nugget. I'm on 4. Sorry about that. We have those negative Nellies following us around mass reporting because they have nothing to do better with their lives. All those haters on TikTok that just have fun trying to take me down. They wait for me to say something where AI can pick up. So kudos to you guys. You did it once again. Yay. Anyway. Anyway, what's going on? What happened? I really admire you and wish you were great. And wish you great luck. Oh, luck. Sorry, Stephen. I thought my eyes deceived me. I appreciate it, Stephen. And you can't take anything I said personal. You can't do it here because I'm going to make fun of stupid things that I think are stupid. Whether you think you're helping or not or joking with it, I'm going to have fun with it. So if you are going to be sensitive about that, I can't apologize for you, but I'm going to have fun with those things. Period. So anyway, hi Mary. I'm hanging in. I woke up today. Yeah, I'm talking. I took care of some shit, literally. I'm doing it. And not mom. I know. Well, it's Chris. It's funny because it took me a minute. And I get that. Chris, I get that. I 100% get that. I wouldn't know what to do if I had a mom like that. And in a time of need, where she needed you, I don't know. Some people do it. I don't know how I would do it. I don't know if I would do the same thing you did or say, fuck you, I'm out. You know what I mean? So I get it. And if it's causing too much PTSD for all of you and your siblings or whatever, put her in a home, put her in a home. You owe her nothing at this point. Here's the thing. I don't look at it like some people, and Chris, in general, I don't put it on my kids. Whether they like me or not, I don't expect my kids to take care of me. You know what I mean? I have no expectation, nor do I want them to do it, right? You've barely been in videos of the late and they still have a problem. Yeah, I always do. So, I don't expect that. It's crazy that some people expect their kids to take care of them. You don't owe your parents shit. My opinion, right? If you feel otherwise, that's fine. That's your expectation, but you shouldn't have expectations with your kids. Expectations lead to disappointment, right? If my kids choose to take care of me at a time when maybe I need it, that's fine. If they have the means or I have the means for somebody to help do it 24/7. I do not want my kids doing what I'm doing. This is hard fucking work. This takes years off your life. It takes away your freedom and it takes away some people's happiness. My happiness is dimmed sometimes, right? Because I'm frustrated and I'm sad I can't just pick up and go see my family. You know what I mean? I gotta have everything lined out, planned out. Yeah, so that's the reality. I don't want my kids doing it unless they have the means or I do. You owe her nothing. Anyway, even if she was a good parent, you don't have to do this. It's a choice. Ed expected it. Ed expected it. There's a huge difference. Ed expected his kids, somebody to step up to the plate. I would never do that to my kids, ever. So your mom was an alcoholic, and there are some people out here who do it with all the abuse, whether they're alcoholics or whatever. There are a lot of people who do take them in. I don't know if I could do that. It's hard letting go. I did it with Ed. However, I was never abused physically, sexually, or any of those things, right? I was abused more verbally. Verbal abuse ran rampant. But I didn't owe him anything. And at the beginning, I was pissed that my expectation was that I should do this to help out the family. Why? Who takes care of me, right? And I was thinking that, and sometimes I still get pissed off about it, right? Because why am I always the one giving? Why am I always the one helping? Why am I always the one? Why doesn't anybody ask? Danielle, how are you? Danielle, what do you need from us? Can I help you? Thank you for taking care of my father. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for stepping up to the plate. No, nobody does that. It's a thankless fucking job. I'm on Aura, and we have the means of the abuse. Yeah, no, and Chris, I get it. Hey, I get it. So it's hard work, yeah. And some of you have some lives that you lived with him. You don't owe her anything. You don't owe your parents anything anyway. It's a choice you make. I was kind of put in this position, right? I was put in this position and really had no choice but to figure it out. I had no choice. I figured it out, right? That took something from me. That took something from me. It did take something from me. It took away my freedom. It took away a choice that I felt like I had to do it. You know, I didn't really have a choice. And I did it because, you know, everybody just said, well, if you can't do it, well, you have to take him to the home. What? They did that. I can't do it. Mark can't do it. You know, and it was not easy. It was not easy. I gave up a lot, and I had to figure it out. I had to let go of the trauma that I had living with that man, because the first year I couldn't do it. I was breaking. I wasn't well. I was like, sometimes I was like, is this a psychosis? It's crazy. So I always pulled myself out of it, and I figured it out. Social media was a great influence during that time. Social media helped me in ways, I always say this, in ways that people don't think, you know. My tone hasn't changed. My tone's the same tone, but I saw things inside that scared me. When I looked at my videos, I saw so deep into my soul. And I was like, girl, you got to do some fixing. And I was able to do it. The trolls really helped push me into a learning and huge reflective aspect in my journey with Ed. This wasn't easy. Wasn't easy at all. I mean, Dan would probably come out and be like, you know, that's not right. But again, this is my story to tell. You know, his dad, but it's my story. I lived with his father a lot longer than he had. And I saw things, heard things mostly. Heard things mostly that was not okay. Whether it was mostly to my mom. And it was hard. I was my mom's protector, right? And so it was not easy. Not easy. That did everything when he was put on. Yeah. You know, you got to do what you can do. And now, do I resent Dan? No, I don't. I don't resent Dan. Because you know why? I'm going to tell you, Kathy, because I fell in love with Ed. Not fell in love. People are going to be like, see, I knew it. I fell into love. How do you say that? I love Ed. I didn't love Ed before. I hated the man. I love Ed now, and I'm his biggest fighter. I'm his biggest caregiver. I'm the one who says no. I don't agree with that. I fight Dan on things that I don't agree with. He's my person. As hard as this journey was, I will have no regrets. Do I get mad at Dan sometimes? Absolutely. Because that's who I take it out on now, because Ed's so much more feeble than he ever was. So we don't really do things. You know, you change your personality with the people depending on how they're doing, right? So do I get frustrated with them still? Absolutely. I get frustrated with the disease, right? I don't really think about the past as much anymore. I do. I mean, it still pops up. Of course, he'll give me a look when he's feisty, and I'm like, oh, bruh, don't even start with me. But I don't resent Dan for that. And that takes a lot, because I needed to make sure I wasn't going to resent him. I shouldn't say resent. I get angry with certain things, right? I think he should be better with me, more supportive, more giving, right? And things, because I've sacrificed myself for him and his father, mostly for Dan. Started for Dan, and now I'm doing it for Ed. There was a shift. Now, if I couldn't shift over into the love of that man, then I probably could have resented my husband, right? I think there would have been more resent. It's so rough, Kathy. It's so rough. Learn about book thing. Yes, I have a book. It's on Amazon. There you have it. Dan said Ed took care of your mom till she passed. Absolutely. When Ed has a purpose, he's one of the best purpose men ever. When he has a purpose, he was with her and gave her her last drip of morphine. Sure did, to help her, push her to the next level. And that was okay because it was time. But Ed was your mom's husband. Yes, Ed was my stepfather. But here you are, you've overcome obstacles. Yes, not all of obstacles, but yes, I've overcome many, Jessica, and I'm here to talk about them. It's breaking her hip and going to home. Our egg donor has lost her mind. Yeah, and you know, Chris, it's hard for me, right? Because I see both sides of that story, right? There's a lot of anger, there's a lot of resentment because of the way she treated you, and absolutely, I don't begrudge you at all for those feelings because I was like that too with Ed at the beginning. I was like that with Ed at the beginning. And then, you know, he fantasized my mom and his relationship after she died, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, and I just lost my shit, and it made me resent him even more. I love you, Janet. And I have, and that's the thing that's so amazing. Out of the hurt and the pain and the obstacles that I have faced, Ed has opened the door for platforms like this, right? For platforms where people love to watch and we love to engage, and we have such a great group of people who are here daily. And that just puts a fucking smile on my face. Do you resent his other kids for not? I do, Kathy. I do resent the other kids. And that's honest. Hi, Danielle. You're me. Thank you, Phil. Josh's mom is my mom. Yeah, Josh's mom is my mom. My mom married Ed, and they had Josh. Yeah, so he's the sixth kid. I have early onset. I think we'll all be very fortunate to have a kid. Julie, you would love me. I would take care of you. I would clean you like a badass. I'd make sure you didn't stink. I'd make sure all those things you needed shaved or plucked would be plucked or shaved. I would give you pedicures and manicures. I resent them. And, you know, I resent because I'm hurting. I could cry, but I can't because my lyric stops me. But I'm hurting. My body every day. I don't get better because I'm taking care of, it'd be nice for people to be like, Dave called this morning to talk about his son. Didn't ask about Ed. Didn't say, hey, what do you guys need? That hurts. It hurts. Carrie calls, oh, Aaron this, Aaron that. She's just dropped him off and left it for Dan to deal with. That's what this family does. They just kind of drop and go. Pop drop. Literally. So yes, I get sad. Because you know what? Carrie was here the other day and I was laying it on thick. I was like, Carrie, I'm not dealing with Aaron. I'm not going to pay his bills, nor am I going to watch and dissect the wattage on the water and that's your job. That's not mine. I have to take care of my rentals. I have to take care of the office. I have to take care of my house. I have to take care of your father. I have to give him a shower. I have to wipe his ass. I have to clean him and make sure everything's okay downstairs. I shave him. Well, why doesn't Dan do that? He doesn't. I do it. I do it all. I'm not responsible for your son, nor will I ever be. The only time I will be responsible for him is when I'm dragging his ass out and tying him up behind my car because he's fucked up. Was my father in tune? My biological Pierre. My dad's name was Pierre. No. Everybody knew I didn't like him. My family in the South, my Tennessee family, I always like to point that out because, people think I'm fake and my accent's fake and all that shit. I was born in the South. I was conceived in the South. My daddy lived in the South. My brothers are in the South. My stepmom's there. My cousins are there. My aunts are there. I am from the fucking South. Anyway, and my mom's side of the family knew. Everybody couldn't stand it. He was obnoxious. My grandmother used to get so mad at him. The way he ate, my grandmother would be like, oh, and she would get up and move. You eat like a pig, she would say. And he was just a pain, you know. Ed was Ed. He didn't hide anything either. So when he was an ass, he was an ass. And then the whole family. So anyway, no, they knew. They knew I don't like it. That's why they laugh when they see my videos sometimes. They laugh. They're like, I can't. They called him Uncle Ed, my cousins. And so they're like, I can't believe you're taking care of Uncle Ed. You know what I mean? Because everybody knew. They saw. They didn't need to like question or look. They saw. But my dad wasn't a huge part of my life. You know, he was in and out. He was happy. He was sad. When he was happy, I heard from him. When he was sad, he wasn't. And he was in Nashville and I was in California. He knew I didn't like him, but he didn't question it, you know? What was he going to do? Anyway. Moonlight, because I do everything. I'm a doer. You guys, I'm a doer. No, Chris, 100%. Yes, being from the South, I'm from the South. That's right. Born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you so much. I'm kind of sad because I was supposed to go back in July to see the baby, but my cousin's like, I need you to come in October because I want you to myself and I want you to love and snuggle my baby. I don't know if it's a boy or girl yet, but kind of made me sad. My mom was really, she was close with all of her siblings, but Helen was the baby of the family, and that's her kids. She has 3 kids. And Brittany, my mom was at all of their births. My mom was at all their births. And it was kind of special. She wanted me there, but I think life is just getting too overwhelming. So I get it. I mean, I've been there. And she's like, you know, tons of family because everybody's there. So she's like, Danielle, I don't want you to get lost in the shuffle. So I get it. But like at some time I feel a little sad, you know? It has taken a little bit of pressure off of me because I would literally had to pick up and leave in the next couple weeks. But so I have a little bit of emotion about that. Dan was like, why? And I was like, oh, shut that fuck up. Anyway, you know, men, sometimes they don't understand. Hi, Frog. I saw you, girl. Tell us more about your mom. Any nice memories with her and Ed? Nothing with her and Ed. Nothing with her and Ed was a great memory, no. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Hi, Christy. Question, do you think you created the way Dan is? I think I took on this role, and that's a very good question, Christy. Thank you for asking. I did, because here's the thing. I always dreamed about being a stay-home mom, you know? That was a job. You know, I wanted everything my mom couldn't have or didn't have. And so when I had the opportunity to stay home after, you know, I left my job of 10 years, I took it upon myself because I felt like that was my job, right? Is taking care of everybody. And I did. I took care of everybody. I made beds. I vacuumed every single day. The OCD, the impulsivity that I have now is part of the disease of fibromyalgia and all that stuff. My mom's death, right? That trauma. So it pushed me into overdrive with everything, stress, and that's why I'm hurting today. So yes, I created all the beasts of burden. Yeah, all of them, even my kids. I will have a Jameson and Jet, Jam and Jet. What? My sister's like, she's killing herself doing everything. Yeah, that's me, Barb. My mom, you guys, I wished. Do I get along with Joanne? Yeah. My mom and Joanne used to, when we had family gatherings, it was great because it was a blend, right? We didn't have to separate. Anyway, my mom and Joanne would giggle together. Yeah, they had a good time together. Hi, Icy. My mom and Joanne got. I mean, they would just share stories of Ed, you know, and just Joanne. Oh, Janice, glad he's yours now, you know. Dan takes advantage of you. You know, he may not see it. You know what I mean? I think this is something I've always done that I don't think he sees. You know, I don't think. I'm not to bash all men, but I think sometimes it's just Salingers, especially. They just don't take the how do you say that? They don't really pay attention to the fine details, you know? It's just everything's kind of glanced over. I don't really think it's his fault. I just don't think he really sees what I actually do. I mean, he says it, but I don't know, you guys. He doesn't see it. It's not purposeful. I really don't believe he does it on purpose. With his spectrum issues, you know, I really don't think, no, I'm not giving, I just said I don't think it's intentional, honestly. I think a lot of the things that the family does, I don't think is intentional. They just don't pay attention. Their brains don't pay attention to the fine details. You know, Carrie, you know, or Ed, you know, how he would come over and ask the things that they don't, it becomes a routine, 100%. This is my routine. So Dan contributes it like, oh, it's just her crazy, you know, OCD routine. So it's just, they don't see that stuff. I don't believe he takes advantage. I believe it's men in general. I do too. I think it's men in general. Why did you come to California? My mom was running. My mom ran. My mom was running for some demons. Get my walking. Dan, easy. Don't be defensive. You don't have to be defensive. Yes, you have good days, you have bad days. It's fine, you know, but I also do a lot of the heavy stuff. Showers, you know, pooping. You know, you call me on a lot of things. I do a lot of the heavier things because you can't do some of the things that I do. And you've admitted that. I need you. Well, why? I do it by myself. I just can't do it. You know, the patience level and all that stuff. This morning it was so smooth, right? Because I got him up, I dealt with it. I don't call Dan, I just do it, you know? I handle the shit. I don't need him. I don't get him up. Okay, you don't have to attack me. Nobody's attacking you. I'm defending you, and you don't see that. You don't see that I'm defending you. People are like, he takes advantage of you? And what did I say? I was defending you. Yes, he gets him up and he walks him, right? He does that. He goes and gets him lunch because I'm busy and I don't make him lunch. I would prefer to make him lunch because, he doesn't need to eat out all the time. But Dan uses it as an excuse to get out for himself and buy him what he needs. I would hate to get one for the Department of Veterans Affairs. I don't know what that means. Most husbands are chemically programmed to not help much with their wives. It's the nature of the relationship. Women are nurturers. It is. And that's what it is. I mean, expect it. Accept it. Like, you know, the thing is it's true. I do everything. You know, he deals with the fine tuning, like walking grandpa, getting him up, you know, doing that stuff. But I do everything else. So anyway, how many years have you been married? It'll be 28 this Sunday. So you do everything. Dan needs to do more. You know, Dan should be the person bathing his dad. I don't agree with that. Tammy, I don't agree with that. And that's one thing people don't understand. Dan can't do the personal shit like I do. You know, he wouldn't get down and dirty, if you know what I mean. He wouldn't do that. I get in the nooks and the crevices. I'm not afraid to put my hands in places. I whip, I shave him. I have been, you know, Dan couldn't do those fine things. I do it. He just can't. It's just one of those things that he's like, I can't touch that, you know. I'm just in there. I whipped it out. I never thought I could get in the cracks and crevices. I put lotion on. I put, you know, all the ointments that need to be on. I am better at more things than Dan is, right? I just do it. Dan has ADHD. He can't multitask like I can. You know, I do everything because I'm multitasking. I want to get it done so I can relax. Dan doesn't work the same way I do. That's not a bad thing. It's just different. So because it bothers me, I've read all these self-help books, right? And here's what it is we're not programmed the same way. My head, his head, he doesn't see things that I see, right? I see the things he doesn't see, he vice versa. Those things that I do, it doesn't bother him. His yard would be overgrown, he wouldn't fucking care. He would, you know, the house would be mad, he wouldn't care. Those are things that he focuses on, right? I focus on those things because that's what makes me happy. And every self-help book would say, it's a me problem, right? It's a me problem. So because it bothers me, I shouldn't inflict that pain on him. Yes, he should clean up after himself. He should do better with those things. And he should, right, offer to help me in the yard or help me clean things up. But he doesn't. He never has. That's not his thing. So anyway, I do the sprinklers. He wouldn't even know how to do a sprinkler. He doesn't even program the sprinkler box. No, none of that. Anyway, it is really Dan's responsibility, not yours, my opinion. We did this as a team. At first it wasn't a team, right? At first it wasn't a team because I wasn't sure this was going to be safe for me. I wanted to be safe in my house, right? I wanted to be safe and have my own issues, not somebody else's issues. That reminds me of a constant state of panic and anxiety that I grew up with. You're ignoring the fact that I've been cleaning up after myself. Dan, I just cleaned up the fucking kitchen this morning. Come on. You've been doing a better job, but let's not get it twisted. It hasn't been perfect. Your clothes have been all over the floor. I picked it up. I'm still cleaning your table off. Have you gotten better? Yes. We're 50% there, not 100%. Hi, Sarah. My sister's family keeps stacking things on top of everyone in the trash can. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Your husband and my wife are so much alike. Would you even touch him at all if you knew and open your mind the possibility of what Ed did? Would you even touch him at all if he knew the open mind? I don't really know what that means, Trish. Holy shit, Robert. Would I even care for him? No, you know, the Ed. I felt the pressure, right? I felt the pressure. I felt the pressure of having to succeed in this job, right? I'm always up for a task. I never want to look like a failure, right, to my family. And so I did it. Does Dan really know what transpired in our household? No. No. I mean, he was there for little bits and pieces here and there, but, you know, does he really know what I lived in? No. No. Because I lived in it 24/7. He has a good idea, right? He has a good idea. Bonjour, comment ça va? Oui, ça va. Et toi? Je parle un petit peu. Yeah, un petit peu, Alex. Alive with my wife more. Alive? I love my husband. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm that just type of a personality. My husband's a pain in the ass, absolutely, being all defensive and shit. Je parle un petit peu. Oui, oui. Oui, oui. Oui, oui. But, you know, this is my life, and I'm not here bashing. I've not bashed you. I've spoken very truthful, and I've defended you many times in this life. And I just tell people that, right? Yeah, un petit peu. Yeah, un petit peu. So, were you, I wasn't afraid of it. No, I wasn't afraid of it. It's a different type of shit, you know. Bonjour. Was Ed an active dad with his kids growing up? As active and selfish as he was, yes. It was his way, not the kids' way. It was his way only. So, like, he made the kids do what he wanted to do. My childhood was not stable. You know, it was not stable in any way. I had a roof over my head. No, I haven't bashed him at all. Are you getting counseling? No. I don't need counseling. I have a good head on my shoulders. I don't need it. I've been there, done that, and I've never felt it helped me. I love my husband. I love my husband. Whether I do more or not, or whether he does nothing or not, I still love him for what he is. And a lot of the issues we have are our own issues, right? They're our shit. If we like a not clean house, he doesn't like it, well, clean it. So I tend to clean it. I don't want to wait for him to clean because I like to have my routine and my OCD settled at one point. So it is what it is, right? And just try to be truthful, you know? That's all I do. I'm not here to make stories up and give you a, you know, preconceived notion that everybody's perfect in this house. No, I'm just crazy. I like things done a certain way. I take care of the yard, everything surrounding the grass. And it's a lot of work. So I spend time in the yard in the summertime because if I keep up on it, it's easier for me to maintain than waiting once a week and doing something. Then I would be out here for hours. It's a pain in the ass. I love when fall comes and everything dies back because then all I have to worry about is the house. And even the house suffers because I'm out here so much and I'm so beat up. Have their own issues and problems. It's not that hard to, no, it's not that hard to understand, you know? Did you get bounced around a lot as a kid? Nope. I did not get bounced around. I went and visited my grandparents, my family, and my dad every summer in Nashville. Period. That was it. My dad couldn't. I mean, no, I never wanted to live with my dad. I mean, I did, but I didn't, if that made sense. It was just would have walked into another issue. No. Let's see. All the animals for the love you haven't gotten. No, Tammy, no. I didn't get those animals. Pretty much everybody, every cat, every dog but Baxter was brought to me. So I would prefer less animals, honestly. Less cats. I spend my days cleaning up cat piss because they're pissed off. I would prefer less cats. 2 dogs is fine, a pig's fine, maybe 2 cats. End of story. So anyway, it is what it is. And you guys, sometimes I think you see, right, that I do a lot. I do a lot. It's another hot day. I think we're getting cool here today. No one is perfect. No, nobody's perfect. And I have OCD. I want my house a certain way. I have to vacuum daily, right? Sometimes twice because of all the animals and the cats. I'm cleaning the quarters constantly because of the cats. You know, those stuff Dan doesn't do, right? You can't smell the cat piss like I can. Let's see, what else do I do? I feed the animals in the morning. You know, I feed the cats. I clean the litter box. Nobody does that. I water all my plants, my garden. You know, nobody does that. It takes a lot. And those of you who have a house, you know it takes a lot to maintain a house. And so I have to pay for help when I need it. Yeah. You get saved when you say, fuck it. I'm waiting for that stage. But you guys have to understand, cat piss is the worst, and it drives me insane because I can sniff it out like nothing. And they're spraying. Blue Kitty is probably the worst addition Dan ever brought home. She's been a beast, and she needs to go to the train station. Honestly, I can't do it. But somebody needs to come in and remove her from my house because she's creating havoc. You're doing real hard. It's easier to identify when you want things done. Yes. And that's what I'm saying, Deb. I want it done. I can't expect somebody else to do it my way, right? Because that's, I mean, if he chose to do it my way, that would be an effort, right? But I can't change I can't expect him to do what I want to be done in the house because it's not important to him. That's a me problem, right? If you have a you problem, it's you who should be doing it and not bitching about it. Now, bitching, I shouldn't have to clean up after you, right? I mean, let's be real. I clean up as I go. I should not have to clean up anybody in my house other than Ed. Ed would have been great. You know, he tries to clean up after himself. And I'm doing, bye Jess, and I'm doing the chickens. And she feels really bad because she knows my life is crazy. So she hates asking me, but I said, absolutely not. I will do it. Again, I take care of people. I help people out. Even though it may take some time away from me and add a little bit more stress, I do that for the people I love because I love them. And, you know, they pay it forward, right? So, OCD. You do a great job. And I want a nice house, you know? I find great accomplishment, right? Like when I stand back and look at my house from afar, I'm like, you know, that's my labor of love. You know, I sweat, I cry, I bleed, I hurt in this yard. I take care of it and I make sure everything is always nice for everybody to enjoy, right? That's a me. I love that. I love being my family coming in and just finding I love Dan that he enjoys it. You know, sometimes, of course, I'm sarcastic. I'm like, you're welcome. You're welcome. The couch was just blowed off from all the shit your dog brought on it. You're welcome. I dumped your ashtray out. You're welcome. You know, there is a sense of satisfaction. Yeah, 100%. Thank you. I find peace in a nice house. Yeah, I find peace in a nice house. And that's me. I've done it. Nobody else does that. I'm the one who does it. I decorate it. I wash clothes. I keep everybody happy as much as I can. And I'm dead at the end of the day. I'm tired. I get old. You know, I'm getting old. My energy level, my pain level has been so god awful, you guys. All day, I just wanted to go. I wanted to go and I wanted to sit down at the casino for a couple of hours and just unwind and just tune every fucking thing out. And I got caught up in the yard because it was yard day today. So I needed to make sure things were done. And then it got too late. And then I was so upset
because I didn't want to do what I did yesterday. And I worked all day. I worked till 5, and then we went, 5, and then we went until live. I was on my feet all day doing shit around the house. My pain level is really high, right? I'm in a flare up. So when you get extra stressed and you do too much, your body flares up. You get inflammation, which makes your muscles tight. My neck is horrible, and I just wanted to go because I can't escape anywhere else. My husband hates it, but when I go there, I zone out. I sit at the bar, I talk to the bartenders, I talk to the people around me, and I just drink my water and my soda, you know, and I have fun. I can release for a little bit, play my free play, and I just play it out. You know, I have fun. I haven't put any money into a casino of my money. I think like a month ago I did. I went, and when that guy was bullying me, and anyway, I put like $40 back in or something. I was pissed, but my plan was I had $100. I was gonna play my free play my $100, and enjoy myself. And I left. I was like, fuck this. I'm just not enjoying my vibe was gone. I don't do that shit. Who does that? That's Lyrica. Thank you, Lyrica. Normally I'd be like, fuck it, I'm getting a drink and I'm gonna stay for a couple hours. I just said, you know what? My vibe's off. I'm done. I'm out. Do I ever take a nap? Sometimes I have to. Tracy, yesterday, all I wanted to do was lay down. But then I got the second wind, and I was like, oh, well, YOLO. I worry about you. I know. And you have every right to worry about me, because I push, and I push, and I push myself, and I push myself, and I push myself. So, yeah, I push. I'm going to die one day, and I'm going to die of stress or a heart attack. I will. That's how I'm going to go, I think. I think that's how I'm going to go. I believe your purpose is that of a caregiver. Yes, that's my purpose, Cindy. I think that's my purpose. I've always been that way. Yeah. Do I hear my heart vibrating on that machine? No. Do you feel the difference on the mat? I don't know what that means. Balance is important. I try. I'm reading the comments. Yeah, this is your best video you have made. You are letting us into your struggles. Barb, I do this all the time. I mean, you know, we either have fun or we get serious and we enter. I mean, my life isn't perfect. Whose is? You know, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to share my issues. You know, other people may find that offensive or degrading, or all those things, but it's life, it's reality, it's my reality. Nobody gets to be the judge of my reality but myself. It's mine. And whether you see it your way or whether you see it my way, you have no right to tell me how to do it, because this is my reality. And I share it because I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. If it helps people, you know, why not share it? It helps other people. It helps other caregivers. Why not share it? I want a community where we're supportive of one another and we lift each other up in a time of need. You know, we have so much shit. We've got Texas going on. We got our politicians. We got our politics. We got a divided world. We got so much sadness on the outside. Why not bring the real shit, you know, inside and be real about it, right? Have fun, learn to laugh, learn to accept, and stop being ugly, you know? You had a breakdown? I've had many breakdowns, Barb. Yeah. You made our asses lose at the casino. I did? How is it my fault? Mary, I'll take the fucking blame. I'm a loser, so I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me? Who remembers that song? I don't even remember. So la mu da da. I don't even know the beginning. Because you're honest. And, you know, I am honest. And sometimes too honest, right? Sometimes my husband hates the honesty, too much, you know, you share too much. But what do I have to lose, you know? The only thing I look to get is respect, right? I'm not out here trying to, you know, make some false impression or impersonation of myself. I am myself. You get what you get, right? Regardless of how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, my frustration, my sadness, my pain, you're going to get it, right? And I think that's something to be said for true people, you know, honest people who aren't looking to, you know, get you because, you know, you just manipulation. So I'm starting to notice the vibration. It does? You think so? Oh my God. Minus the fitness. We are so much alike, minus the fitness. Are any of your kids OCD? No, none of them are, which is weird. But I can tell you that in different ways. Like Hannah is very particular with her routine. So yes, I would say Hannah mostly. Hannah takes after me pretty much. Like she writes notes to herself of things to do, like take a shower. I make fun of that all the time. I'm like, why do you need to put take a shower in a notepad? Like, don't we know isn't that automatic? Like, she's like, Mom, it just gets, she journals, she's OCD in different ways. Cleaning, no, I mean, she does like specific things, like she won't let dirty people sit on her bed. You have to shower before you get into bed, those things. I've taught them weird things, and they're like, you fucked me up, whatever. My kids also mentioned that Jennifer she hates cats. We've come to that conclusion. She's not really a cat lover. Her cousin has 2 cats in the house, and she hates it, so she's vacuuming all the time. She hates the hair everywhere. I hate the fucking hair, Oh, fuck. She's more like Dan. So she's a little less, she's not as organized, that type of thing. Andrew, God, I don't know, that kid. He goes in moments where, he's clean. He's really kind of like his dad in some ways. Not the lackadaisical part, but like certain mental things, like he's on to something and then he's off of that something, like Dan's hit or miss with that. Exercise has been pretty consistent, but his whole life it was like he did it and then he stopped, and then he would do something else and then he stopped. So does Dan want everyone to love him? I don't think Dan thinks about that. I mean, I think he hopes everybody loves him, but I don't think that's something that he worries about. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think that that's something he even thinks about. Danielle, you were speaking from your heart. Yes, Bill, I think it's so important. And for me, Dan does have a big heart. Andrew drinks all the juices from the refrigerator. All the juices. Dan has a big heart. He does. His mission is to help his ailing family. If it's, trying to figure out his mom or his nephews and helping them gain purpose in life or put them on the right track, Dan is his mission, and that's frustrating for me, right? And that's just honesty from my part, because I'm like, put that own, and I think I said that last night. He's like, why are you so mad at me for trying to help my family? I said, because you don't even help your own, and this is where he has failed as a dad, in my opinion. And this isn't a bad thing. It's just something that happened, and he's just let me do it, right? Because I'm a kick-ass mom. My pain is from here to here, really bad. So when I'm in pain, there's certain triggers I do when I'm in pain, and this is one of them. I play with my necklace a lot, and I hold I'm noticing the little things that I do when I'm in pain. A long time ago, when the kids were little, Dan can't do the things that I do. Okay, we've decided that. We know that. Dan is a different personality. I'm hands-on, I'm involved. He's involved, but from afar. He's an introvert. So all the things that I'm capable of doing, it's really hard for him. Whether you think it's an excuse or not, it is what it is, and that's his personality. Whether it stems from his childhood, it can stem from his childhood. I believe a lot of these things are stemming from his childhood. But let's not get into the psychological aspect of, psychoanalyzing Dan. And I remember him one time when the kids were really little, he said, I think he recognized that, we couldn't pay as much attention to each other, and he kind of, I don't remember how it came up, but I remember him, and it was in our old house. And I remember him saying, I will wait for you. I will wait for you. And I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, I respect what you're doing with the kids, and you do a badass job of doing. You are a great mom. Thank you for filling in the gaps, right? Thank you for filling in the gaps that I can't do well, and you do it so well. So he kind of took, a step back. He said, I'm going to let you do what you're good at, because I believe in you, and you handle the situations great. Bye, Cindy, love you. And so, he can't do a lot of the things that I can do. I was always involved, and I was always, that mom that was included and all those things. And it's not a bad thing. He just is not that person. His family's not that person. So I was able to do it because I grew up in a family that was very involved and very into it and all those things, So I have a different representation from my childhood that I tried to give to my kids. And I think along the way, you know, when the kids started developing the personalities and, you know, certain things, it became me, right? It became me as that single parent. They didn't go to him. You know, they pretty much went to me. I handled everything because that was just kind of what the hierarchy we established early on for whatever reason. And that's, I think that's just one of the things. I think he in his mind, he knows his family is taken care of. He knows his family is taken care of because of me. Because of me. He knows that he doesn't have to worry because I'm on his kids and I take care of his kids and I do all those things and I'm doing my job, right? And so I think it frees him up, right, to focus on the things that his family is failing at with their kids. Does that make sense? It's crazy, I know. You don't have to understand it. I don't understand it. I also came from a family where I just wanted the love from my dad. And I see that, you know, if he only put those attentions into his own children. He's like, I talk to Hannah ever so often. And I'm like, no, but you don't, right? You don't do those things. You don't check in. You don't call your kids. You know, Andrew's here. You just, it's not something you do. But you're on the phone, right, with Zach and now Aaron and, you know, so it's, you know, it's just, he counts on me and it's exactly what it is, you know. He relies on me because he knows I'm a badass bitch and I will get it done. Period. You know, he's going to have to deal with the other stuff. But, you know, it's hard for me because sometimes I'm like, you have kids that are just vying for your help. You know, you're just love. And, you know, you just, they see you focus their attention and nobody wants to hear about it because I think, because I think they get frustrated, you know, because they're like, if only he did that for us. And they've said that. Now, that's them. That's something they're going to have to figure out. I can't be everything. They respect me. You know, sometimes they get mad at me. You know, I don't know, you guys. It's something that he's going to have to figure out. He's at peace because of me. Exactly. And whether that's a bad thing or not, I've allowed it, right? And he's just taken off with it. And he does. He focuses more on the other people that need the help. I think if he thought our kids needed that help, he would be involved. But I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, right? That's his brain. That's the Salinger brain. Salingers are very perplexed. Very perplexed. But I love him with all his faults. I mean, I wouldn't, I think, no, I didn't do the card yet. I don't think, I couldn't, you know, somebody said, well, did he provide for you? But yes, but I helped him, right? I helped him provide. I helped him. I gave him the tools to get him, I got him his first client, by the way. I got Dan his first client. I was hustling back there. No, I did. I got him his first client and it was a big payoff, our first big payoff. Dan was able to take that first payoff that I got him and pay off his loans. Me. There you have it. Okay. Card number 1. You totally fucking got this. That's right. Remember to kick ass. This is a good one. Dan would be lost without me. Seriously. He would be lost without me. And that's okay. I would be lost without him in a way too. In a way. Not the same way, but in a way I would. I love these cards. Lisa did a good job with these cards. You totally fucking got this. Remember, you kick ass. It was a big payoff, but you have to remember that back then, Todd, the law school loans weren't as high as they are now. Now, today, to get through law school where he went is probably $250,000. It was a quarter of that, a little more than a quarter, but anyway, you just curse. Oh my God, I just cursed. Yes, I do. It's my life, and I'm an adult, and I have my own personality. Okay, this is true too. This is, if Dan was, I don't think I could deal, two OCD people together don't work well together. I don't know. I am fucking unstoppable force, and nothing can hold me back from achieving my dreams. That's right. That's right. I am a fucking unstoppable force, and nothing can hold me back from achieving my dreams. Bam. Those were both good things to talk about today, right? I mean, both cards, because they hold true to everything we talked about. I know. I don't know why. I don't think there's anything wrong with cursing. Again, I don't have to go into the explanation, but in my life, nothing works. I mean, nothing is. I fucking curse. Who cares? So if you're a cursor, great. If you're not, maybe this isn't the channel for you. Hi from Ireland. You like my rose? I love it. Don't worry. I'm funny. Just kidding. Bye, Janet. Love you. I think Dan does a good job of taking care of his dad. Dan does a good job of taking care of his dad. Absolutely. He does. But I do think it's cute. We both put him to bed together for the most part. We do. We both put him. Very rare do we put him. I mean, there's some nights that I can't do it or he can't do it, but we do. My Walmart delivery. Hi, Janice. How are you? My voices. Yeah. I always have to watch my mouth on field trips. Yes. This shepherding thing could get you in trouble, Gina. Yeah. We gotta mind our P's and Q's sometimes. Do you and Dan go on dates? Every Friday. Yeah. Every Friday. We just started that in the last several months. We got caregivers finally. I mean, really the hip break was kind of a blessing in disguise for different things. It led to getting caregivers and it led to more freedom. Thank the Lord. You have to watch your mouth. I don't watch my mouth in public. I don't give a shit. I do watch my mouth a bit. Here too. I do watch my mouth. I do. I can watch my mouth. Yesterday, Mary was here yesterday. Mary's our caregiver for Monday and Wednesday. And she's really religious. Not that matters, but I cussed yesterday. I said fuck, and I was like, sorry. She's like, girl, it's okay. I have grandsons. But, I do try to be respectful around my elders or the people. But you put your dog together. But you put your dog to bed together. That is funny. It slips out sometimes, so I can't do it. Is Aaron still using? I don't think so. I don't think so yet. I don't know. Ask Dan. He picked him up yesterday, took him in my car, drove him around, bought him lunch, enabling. Yeah. And by D, and I got mad. He's like, I'm not enabling. He needs to go out once in a while. And you're enabling him. You're enabling him by picking him up, buying him what he needs, and giving him a free room. So, whatever. People are worried about cursing. I know. I don't care. Oh my God, it'd be funny if Dan started giving kisses to hugs and grab. No. He doesn't. I pretty much, we have restraints with the safety harnesses, we call them. And they're loose. He can move around, he can flip around, but we keep him there because it keeps him safe, right? And so there's two of them we use. Literally you could fit two bodies underneath. He's a tornado. Gina, do you remember the tornado? The ex-addict, jail, bird, nephew. So they're very loose. Two bodies can fit under both of them, but we keep them there because it helps make sure he doesn't try to get out of bed. When I woke up this morning at 7 and I was walking by his room, he was trying to get up, right? It could have been another catastrophe had he had fallen. People get really hypersensitive about these restraints. They're not like tie down ankles and feet. They go around his abdomen and they keep him safe. They sell them on Amazon. The occupational therapist actually recommended it to keep him safe from falling again and breaking his hip. So many people get so pissed off about that. It's so ridiculous. It's like, you can't restrain him. Well, no, you can restrain him the way we do it, right? The doctors know, everybody knows about it. The occupational therapist actually gave me the ones to buy on Amazon to help him. So we do that. So together, you're welcome, Moonlight. Together we put him in. I bend down. Of course, I'm not always one bending down to clip them together. I don't know why. I think he uses me for that. That I will definitely tell you he uses me for. Dear, I need your help. Yeah, okay. Let the fibromyalgia neck pain person go under the bed. Try to do, Anyway, I'm always on the floor on my hands and knees, buckling that shit. And then I tuck him in. I put pillows underneath his arm. And then I go to the other side and put it underneath his other arm. I get them all together, all tucked in and safe. Dan walks out after that. I do everything else. I tuck him in, I rub his head, I say good night. So yeah, that I do all that. I do I'll do all this stuff. Sweet dreams, turn off the light, keep the fan on. So yeah, it's calm when I do it, right? Dan is he's a no patience guy. And so sometimes I prefer to do a lot of those things because of the fact that the house stays calm, right? It doesn't stress me out. Oh my God, Suzanne, you would have no idea. Dan did a video, and it went viral with people bagging on us for using a restraint. They don't realize like that could save his life, right? I mean, he could fall, hit his head, he could fucking rip out his. I mean, there's so many bad things could happen if he does that. I know, right? I want Danielle when I get old. Everybody should want me when they get old. See, it makes me laugh because people are like, I hope you get the same treatment you give Ed when it's your time, lady. And I'm like, I do too, actually. I wish I had a me take care of me. I don't think my kids could do it. I don't think any of my kids have what I have. I don't think any of my kids have what I have. I think we're a different breed. In nursing homes, yeah, that's the thing is people don't realize they use them in nursing homes, and they fall all the time in nursing homes with them or without them. I don't think my kids have what I have. I mean, I'd be surprised. I don't. Andrew may a little bit. Hannah may have a little bit, but I don't think they have the full capability. As an RN, you're all doing a great job. I'm sick of these hate. I know they're so horrible. Thank you, Republican Room. I appreciate that. Thanks. I have one a day. I have one a day, people. So yeah, I know Ed is so lucky. I mean, really, he's lucky that I mean, the reality of what I'm doing is he's fucking lucky. He's fucking lucky that I was able to overcome my PTSD and care for the man. He would not have been able to he probably wouldn't be alive if there wasn't a me here. He would have been in a nursing home a lot. So, I think, hi, Pat. I don't think people understand, I don't think people understand those restraints are so important. Yeah, I know. We open our mouth for the suggestions, lady. I don't know what that means. Maybe when they get older. I don't know, Lillian. It's funny because, I don't know if you guys psychoanalyze your kids, but I think Andrew's going to be like a Mark. I think he's going to take on the load to care for his family just because that's him. Jennifer would do it if she had to, but I think she would need to have the money to hire me a nurse 24/7. And if she does that, that's fine. She can take me in. Hannah, I think is going to just be a hard worker. And I think she would do it if she had to. But I think Andrew would be the one. I think Andrew would be the one. I think Andrew's going to be the one to take care of his family. But Ed is very lucky. He's lucky, honestly. He's lucky that I was able to get over my PTSD, get over the anger, to care for him as long as I have. 4 years, 5 years, 5 years. We're going on 5 years, people, that I've done this job. And I get better and better every year with him. It's a different connection. Last night when I was helping him from choking, right? Dan is different. Yo, Pop. Dan does the whole dialogue. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your breath? And he's like, Pop, it's okay. You're just choking. You're 93. You have a broken hip. And, the body doesn't work like it used to. You're fine, Pop. You're fine. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, he doesn't understand what you're saying. Or he'll forget about it 30 seconds later, right? It drives me nuts, Ashley. The over-talker with dementia. It's funny. I bitch at him all the time. I'm like, keep talking. Pop, what? Pop, you have a broken hip. You're 93. You're in recovery. You're walking. You're fine. You can walk. But sometimes your body doesn't work like it used to. What? Pop. You broke your hip. And then after the fourth time of what? I can't understand you. You're fine. Fuck. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God. So like I went in, right, yesterday, and I hands up, hands up, and he's coughing and he's doing, the thing, and I'm holding it, and he got scared. Normally I just hold his hand, I've turned into my mother and my grandmother, hands up, and you're hitting him on the back, and I'm just holding I'm just holding him. And I saw when he got really scared, he squeezed my hand. He was squeezing my hand, squeezing it. Like I wasn't even holding it up. He was squeezing it. And, he had the tears, the coughing tears. And I just wiped him. I'm like, you're going to be okay. And I just massaged him, or I was hitting him, massaged him. It was hitting him. And he calmed down, right? Once he released my hand, I knew he was okay. And that's, Dan doesn't do that. Men don't do that, right? They don't have that motherly instinct to just touch. The touch for Ed is so much more important than pop, every morning. Every morning, that's what he does. I knew he was fine because he was breathing. I knew there was just something, I think there was something stuck, like it got stuck. How sometimes it happens with us. I could hear a little rattle, but it was fine, Hi, Gator. And I knew he was holding on for dear life, you guys. Every morning. I did the thing, like this morning. Ashley, I'm telling you, you guys, it fucking infuriates me. It drives me batty. It's like a trigger, right? I got him up. I pulled up his pants. Everything was great this morning. And I was going to walk him I just do my shit. I handle it. I don't need Dan, right? And he was strong. I could tell Grandpa was strong. He's just took a poop. He put himself up. He held up because his poops aren't one swipe. You know what I mean? And that was a big one. So he got up and I knew he was okay. And so, as long as he's strong, you don't need two people. So I was going to walk him, and Dan comes in. We're walking out. Good job, Pop. How you doing this morning? Oh, great. Good job, Poopy Pop. Pop, Poopy. We are so happy, Pop. Good job. And I'm like, can you move? The dogs are going crazy. Everything's going crazy. Pop, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. Pop, you're 93. You broke your hip. Yep, you're fine. You walk mostly. But, we just are trying to be careful. You got to hold on tight. You got to keep popping. Pop, you're in recovery. Pop, you're doing well. We got to poop, Pop. And I'm like, get the fuck out of the way. Get the fuck out of the way. Pop, good job. Poopy Pop. All right, Danielle, and I'm like, get the fuck. I need my time in the morning. And Ed was one thing. But to have the Pop galore, Pop, let me tell you what was going on. Pop, let me tell you, Pop, Poopy, Pop, you got a broken hip, you're 93, what? He's not even paying attention to him. Ed can't process. Ed's never been a processor. And so it's like he gives too much information. It drives me nuts. I can't do it. I fucking can't do it. The whole fucking Pop shit, Pop, you're great. You're walking great. Poop, that's great. Out of the way. Yeah, and Pop's like, yeah, just give me my food. He's hobbling along. I'm hungry. You're hungry, Pop? All right, Pop. We got the poop out of the way, Pop. Yeah, Danielle, good job. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Shit, Danielle. What? As I'm trying to feed the animals because they're pissed off. I think, can this be fixed? No, Dan. It's broken axle in the fucking wheelchair. Get the other, it's just like, all right, well, we had a poop today. And then he's like, why are you so cranky? I've had enough Pop already in the last minute to last me a fucking week. There you have it. I drank a little too much. I had a little bit too much wine. I pushed the limit on the wine last night just because I was in so much pain. I was feeling good. I made myself some salmon with some rice, a little bit of avocado, lettuce. And then I shit myself after that. Like pure diarrhea came out my ass. I don't know if it was from the wine or from the mixture of the wine and the food because I don't eat, right? Oh, I had hummus with those barbecue dots while I was waiting because I was starving and I was hammered. So, the Lyrica makes everything more. I had almost a bottle. I didn't finish a whole bottle. So easy. There was another half a glass left. So chill out. But anyway, and then I ran to the toilet. I was like, fuck, literally liquid out my ass. I don't know what happened. I was on there for a while. And then I finally got up. I probably lost like 5 pounds. And then it was the hummus and wine mix, maybe the hummus. I don't know. Maybe the salmon. Who knows? And then I went in bed and Dan had bought me, he thought about me yesterday, so he's like, look what I bought you. 2 for 1. It was actually 4 for 1, he said. 4 for, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so he bought me my watermelons. I did proceed to eat a bag of watermelons in bed. I did. They went down. But I did not trust the fart. I had some gas, but I did not let it out because I didn't know what was going to happen. So, yeah, there you have it. Great. So I was a little froggy this morning, you know? I was froggy, and I see Ed trying to get up, you know, and I was like, fuck. Ed, what's going on? Well, I'm trying to get to my brother. I said, well, baby, you ain't gonna. So I was trying to get some food, and I came back and for the animals. Ugh. And he was like, not my brother. I need a poop. And I was like, ugh, great. Here we go. So I didn't have any morning peace. And then I had the Papa Galore, you know, Papa Galore. We're going to call him Papa Galore coming in. Papa G. Yeah. So that's not fair to you. You do, but good job. Yeah, he did. And then what does Grandpa say as Dan's like popping, you know, pop, yay. You know, Grandpa's like, yep, Danielle did a great job. Always does. Thank you, Danielle. You do a great job. Yeah, Pop, she does. Pop. Pop. Do I ever get morning peace? No. Sometimes Dan stays in bed later. But then, you know, the animals are balking at me, the pigs snorting, you know, everybody wants to eat. But once they eat, then they're fine. I'll trade you Poopy Grandpa for a poop pop. A poop pop. A poop pop. There goes my hair. I tune out everyone talking. I try to tune it out, but it's impossible. You can't tune out the popcapades. Yeah. Popcapades are very, in the whole fucking every morning, you know, stands in our way. Like, I'm literally taking him, and he's like, bah, bah, you got 93. Let me tell you what's going on. 93, you broke your hip, you're fine, you're walking, you're recuperating, but you're here, you live with us, you live with me, Dan, Danielle, and Andrew, and you're surrounded by family. Everybody sees you every day. Lies. Anyway, I guess it's okay to lie to him like that, but yeah, Bab. Yeah, I can't. It's just the paparoos. Yeah, and you're walking and he's standing in the way. Like, Ed's just like, get the fuck out of my way, bruh. I'm eating, you know, I'm ready to go. Too many pops, I'm telling you. It's especially in the morning when you're just like, and the cats were going crazy last night. We had cats stuck in drawers at 12:30 in the morning. They've been crawling in Dan's drawers, and then he shuts them, and then they can't get out. And then I was like, Dan, get the fucking cat out. So one got out, and then the other one was in there. I was like, Dan, leave the fucking drawer open. So he took out all his clothes, and they're just sitting in a pile. I was like, don't do that. Of course, I'll put them back. They're still a pile of underwear, right? Yeah. So yeah, Bob. So yeah, and then they started hopping on us, yeah, all over the bed, like bunny rabbits, like the hop, you know, and then they start chasing each other. It was fucking crazy. So that was from about 12:30 to 2, and Dan finally kept throwing them off, and the last throw was a little bit hard, but at that point, you know, get the fuck off of us. Still, like, calm down and cuddle or stop. Like, nobody needs this shit. Nobody wants it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was last night. And then waking up at, you know, little froggy pushed the limit. I probably had close to 3 big glasses. Come on. I didn't finish a whole bottle. There's a little bit left. The point being, I pushed it a little bit and I felt great. Did I tell you that? My pain was like diminished. It was wonderful. It's the only thing that takes away my pain. So Chris, I would never let Ed go into their home. I would never let Ed go into another person's home. Whether it's his kids or anything, it would fuck him up. He couldn't do it. And they don't know how to care for him. I'm nervous about going away for one night, Chris. We have Violent Femmes. The drummer for the Violent Femmes loves us. He came for Ed, right, and he stayed for us. He loves us, and he's always on. And anyway, I love Violent Femmes, you know. When I'm a walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. High. Anyway, so he's established a relationship with Dan for a while. And then now I have because I'm like, John, you have to just text me because Dan won't tell me until. So, you know, we're going to see them on Sunday. It's our anniversary, 28 years. And I'm verklempt because I have, you know, I worry. But Andrew can't go. So that's going to be a blessing in disguise. So I'll just have Andrew sleep in my room, and just listen for Grandpa and if he needs anything. Hopefully he poops and then we don't have to worry about that. But, Down was like, have Mark. I said, Mark cannot come here because it'll give me stress. He doesn't do anything anyway. And it'll give me stress with his dog because his dog will piss in the middle of the night. And I'm like, that just gives me more stress. I don't want Mark. So Carrie supposedly is coming just for emergency purposes. I don't think she can do what we do. And that's the problem, is that nobody's taken the time to learn what we do. They come over and Dan's like, this is what you do. This is, I know. It's fine. Well, you know what? It's not fine because the only person I trust is Andrew. So now that he can't go, I'm kind of happy. Hi, Paps. So, hi, Brady. I see you coming in. So, it's really hard. I have stress. I'm stressed to leave. I didn't want to go. I mean, I would go, but I wanted to drive home. Dan's like, no, we're not driving home from Napa, blah, blah, blah. And now I can't get a hotel. Everything's booked up, or it's like $1,000 a night. I'm not spending $1,000 for a hotel for like a couple hours. So, yeah, I think I want to go tonight, GSR. So yes, I'm stressed. That's another stress. He's my person. And nobody can take care of my person like me. Are any of my animals rescued? Yes, a lot of my cats are. So yeah, no, I have no faith in anybody. But Andrew will get home after 8. So I told Andrew he'll just have to stay home and be available. And then we'll come home in the morning time, probably by noon, So hopefully everything will be fine. Let them take care of him. I can't. It stresses me out. He's here. Dago, he's here. He's chilling. He's really skinny. All my big cats are so skinny right now. The heat. Yeah, it's like leaving your pets. I can leave my pets easier, Paps, than Ed. Isn't that funny? I do worry about my pets, especially Coda, because she loves me. Like Coda's my girl. How long of a drive to Napa? Depending where in Napa, about an hour and a half. Yeah, about an hour and a half. You're in pain. I have to run and not look back. So it's really hard. When somebody doesn't take the time and they go, I know, you're like, no, you don't know. You have no fucking idea what we do every day. No fucking idea. And it worries me for Ed. I know, Peppy, I just hurt myself. I can't do squats anymore with weights. I always pull my groin. So much for that. If they offered help, you won't let them. Sonia, it depends on what you're asking for help. If they offer to send us meals, I would take it. If they offered to have somebody clean my house, I would take it. If they offered me wine, I would take it. If they offered to stay here and let us go out to a fucking dinner, I would take it, right? I would take it. Going overnight is scary because they don't know how to take care of it. Because it changes up the routine. And when his routine changes, it really fucks him up. Are the kittens allowed out in the rest of the house? They're testing out their waters right now. Yeah, they're out. They're allowed. How did you get over your anger to care for Ed? Carol, it was hard work. No fires yet around us. We haven't had a night nurse in a while. I will be worried about Ed, of course, while I'm gone. I mean, even when Dan and I are away, even when one of us are away, we still, even though we're comfortable with each other and we know we're fine, we still call, how's Dad? How's Ed? How's this? Are your cats on Lyrica? Are you trying to be funny? But you'll be thinking, yeah, who's the sweet lady that was talking so sweetly to Ed? Yesterday, or what lady? We have a lot of ladies that come through the house. I was at the shoe store in Napa, and she got me a great discount on Hoka. Oh, nice. I bet that Ed has money and that you're waiting for them. Yes, I'm waiting for all Ed's money. Yeah, because there's 7 of us. Yeah, 7 of us that the money goes to. So I guess I'm waiting for a whole shit ton. Yeah. His money's going fast now with caregiving. So there probably won't be much money left because it's not like he has millions. People act like he's got like millions. Well, he's a podiatrist. So he's a podiatrist. But he never got more business, right? My husband was a lawyer. Let me tell you, my husband made 3 times over whatever Ed ever made in his lifetime. Yeah. So you shouldn't be talking about Ed. Maybe I'm waiting for Dan to kick the bucket so I get all of it. Yeah, that's different. I don't know how to take my paternity. It was tough to let someone else be there with him. It is really hard. Yeah. People think they're so coy, when they talk about Ed's money. There's 7 people in that will. 7. I'm one of them. His money's going to care for him. Caregivers, incidentals, like a wheelchair, walkers, all those things that he pays for. Yeah, that comes out of his money. Yeah. Most people who really know what happens to money when it is being used for caregiving, it goes really quick. Thanks, Kenna. Yeah, it's so stupid. It's like, is Ed going to the ATM? No, he doesn't even carry a wallet anymore. Medicare pays for durable equipment, not all the time, and not fully. So you guys got to understand, everybody has different plans. I mean, you guys got to understand this. All plans work differently. All states work differently for coverage. Okay? Open your eyes, people. Open your eyes for that. And what's sad, Spark, is that like there's any amount of money that I would do this for 5 years. There's no amount of money. People don't understand. Like there is no chunk of change that's going to make this worth it. You know what I mean? That has to come from within. Medicare does not pay for everything, especially if the person has money. Exactly. Thank you, just me. And I really hate when people talk and they think they know everything about Medicare. State to state is different, and also assets play a huge part. Hi, Wolfie. So people just don't understand those things. And then if that doesn't happen, then Ed pays for it because that's what his money is used for, is things, right? His things, that's what it's used for. We actually paid for a lot of things ourselves for the first 4 years. And then recently, since the hip break, we've been doing it. We've been doing it. He's been doing it. I mean, so everything's changing. Everything's going away. My daughter can't get grants anymore. She was getting grants, and now those are gone away. Thanks. No, thanks. He will spend his less money. Yeah, he will. It will all be gone. I'm telling you, it's going quick. It's expensive. It's expensive. It's expensive being old, right? All states are different in Medicare, and with Trump's new bill, a lot of that will be cut. Absolutely. Medicare cut. Anyway. Yeah, we haven't had a night nurse in forever. We don't need a fucking night nurse. He sleeps through the night. Why would I pay somebody and waste his money to be used for something we don't need? He doesn't wake up at night. So why would I pay all that money for somebody to sit there? I'd rather pay for somebody to sit there with him during the day when I can have more freedom, right? Durr. I'm sorry you deal with such assholes. Ugh, it's crazy. Yeah. Why would she pay a stranger? Well, yeah, like it just doesn't make sense. Now, if he was not sleeping well and he was, then that would be different. Then we hired a night nurse at the beginning for a month because we didn't know what he would do with a broken hip. No, I have to go do them. Yeah, I gotta go do them. Life is expensive. I know. I gotta go. I'm getting irritated. My neck's hurting. You see me holding my neck? That's how you know I'm in pain. Can you see it in my eyes? You do what you have to do. And his money, he has money. He has over the limit that you can have to get grants and all this fucking shit, whatever you want to call it. By the way, who bought me that? Somebody bought me. What? I didn't order anything. It said something arrived, but I don't see it. I don't know who did. I know I think my neighbor's here. So I'll go take care of her. And see, something said arrived, but it's not here. Did they deliver it to the right house? I don't know. All right. I don't know. It said it's surrounded. It's here, but I don't see. Nobody came here. My neighbor's here. Oh well. I didn't order anything, so somebody ordered something. I don't know. Anyway, okay. Tonight is a me live. Tonight is a me live. Tonight is something that I'm going to be doing. It's a member only on YouTube. So if you want to become a member, you have to go to YouTube. Also, I have Patreon. Patreon is something, I know somebody sent me something. It's not here. They delivered it somewhere else. So whoever did that, can you figure out where it went? So yeah, it's a member only. I have Patreon, which I just pretty much blog throughout the day, or give you something at full in the morning. Patreon, everything's it's like $4.99 a month. You get pictures, you get just things, and what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and then the YouTube membership, which is I think $5.99. And that's we go on every Tuesday, Thursday, and I do additional days all the time. And we just have fun, and you don't have the bullshit of the idiots that are out there. Anyway, so I love you guys. Thank you. You are important. You are worthy, and you matter. And don't forget to kick ass today. It's much better than just moping around and being miserable. So love yourself. Learn. You don't get rid of anger by blaming others. You get rid of anger by reflecting on yourself, letting go of things, right? You can always forgive, but you never forget. But you got to forgive to move on. I forgave, and that's how I was able to move on. So anyway, I love you guys. Have a great day. I will see my members at some point today. I don't know, depending on what I do. So love you guys. See you members, Patreon, if you're there, watch it. I don't reply on Patreon. I do see your comments, but I don't reply. I see them. I see what you say. So I love it. So join Patreon if you like the little blogs, the pictures, the things that I do. And look at Lon. Kick the lawn's ass. Kick that ass today. Get your shit done. Do your laundry. Water your plants. Handle your chickens and do your shit. Anyway, I love you. Bye.